This friend is Micah, a game expert. Suddenly he lost consciousness, and when he woke up he was in a strange new place. Michio quickly recalled what happened. An assessment board appeared from his eyes. It was exactly the same as in the game, so Michio thought it was a virtual reality game. Michio turned on the character assessment board and found 2 items. One is the sword, 2 is the ring, and it has a skill. First he toured the game world. He had just come out of the stable when a group of robbers rushed over. Michio assumed that this was the event in the game. Looking at the bandits he could clearly see their level. It's not good to rush out like that, so Michio waits for the opportunity to sneak. He successfully cut off the boss's head, the other guys ran away. After a while of exhaustion, Michio finally leveled up. At this time an old man approached. He introduced himself as Samala, the village head. He appreciates Michio's life and repays him at all costs. He took Michio to the spoil store. Just now, Michio got a glimpse of the boss's hood, but when he checked the items, it was nowhere to be found. Looks like someone swapped it. The village chief promises to find Michio again. He took him to his room. Michio tried to log out of the game but couldn't do anything. He panicked a bit if he couldn't log out. It was like living in this world and he was killing people just now. Michio was scared but quickly regained his composure. Those are thieves, if you don't kill them, they will kill you. He had to try to survive in this world. Later, the village chief caught the guy who swapped the loot. Michio didn't care to give him full power, so this guy was turned into a slave. The village chief gives Michio a card, which is like a profile for each person. Use it to authenticate yourself and Michio will sell the loot at tomorrow's market. The next day Michio ran to the town of Vale where the market was held. In the other band of robbers, there is a wanted person, so Michio will receive this reward. After receiving the reward, Michio and him continued to drive to sell slaves. At this point, work was over. Michio divided the money among the villagers and stayed in this town. Master Allen, a slave trader, invites Michio to talk. Michio is an adventurer, so he has a slave with him and he will advise him. At this time a maid brought tea in. Michio looked at what she liked. Coincidentally, Mr. Allen was also going to introduce Michio. Mr. Allen began to tell the outstanding advantages of the other maid. All that for a huge price that Michio couldn't afford. This maid is so cute that Michio can't take his eyes off her. Mr. Allen gave Michio 5 days to prepare the money. He will do everything to earn money, she will definitely be his. Episode 2, 10 years later, Michio has received a whole harem. Michio led the group back to the old village, making everyone wonder. He just wanted to reminisce a little bit. He and the girls went for a walk, accidentally seeing a kid with a very special hair color. It looks so similar to Michio that he realizes that maybe this is his baby. Michio approached the child and asked about the child. Michio gave the child a sword and asked him to bring it back to his mother. And if needed, use it to protect loved ones. The boy happily accepted it and left. Back to reality, Michio is still having trouble making money. Right now, he was too short of money to buy Roxane. There are 2 ways to make money. The first is to go to the labyrinth to hunt monsters and then bring items to sell in exchange for money. 2 is to hunt bandits with rewards. However, Mr. Allen did not encourage Michio to do this. If you kill too many bandits, the reputation will spread far and wide, then you will become their target again. After thinking for a while, Michio decided to enter the labyrinth. Before that he had just upgraded his sword. Michio puts it away as a trump card when cornered. He went to the market to buy another one, looked at it for a while and there was no tree with any skills. He bought another armor and went into the forest to find the labyrinth. At this moment a group of adventurers entered before him. Michio prepared well before entering. As the new name suggests, there are walls everywhere at the door. Michio turned on the character board to find herself assigned as a scout on a quest to explore the labyrinth. The scout's skill is to freely move to a certain location. However, you can only use it to go inside the labyrinth, you can't use it to go out or return to the original position using the portal. Michio had to explore on foot. At this moment, a monster approached. Michio did not hesitate to cut its body in half. There is another one. Michio slashed to death to collect items to exchange. He went back to the inn to check the money. He really wanted to get Roxanne, so at 4 a.m. he got up to hunt again. Michio frantically slashed monsters, finally tired. He accidentally touched the secret agency. The entrance to a room appeared. Michio thought this was the place to hide the treasure and excitedly crawled into it, but not waiting for him in the other room were countless monsters. Michio couldn't cut it anymore. Michio had to pull out his treasured sword. After a while, Michio successfully suppressed the monsters. Michio collected the items and left. He darted into the crowd to see what was going on. Everyone was talking about the thief. This guy died without being able to reveal the information, so can't identify who. So the person who killed him cut off his arm and went to get the bounty. Immediately, a thought flashed in Michio's mind that he had to hunt the bandits. Episode 3. Michio carefully considers the situation. The last time it was during the chaos to sneak up on the leader to kill him, so this time Michio wonders if it will be successful. But because he wanted to have Roxanne, he would still do it. Michio prepared carefully the next morning to go down the street, walking around the street without a name. Michio was about to go to sleep when he heard rumors of bandits in the slums. Michio used his teleport skill there. Fortunately, thanks to the last time he was born, Michio was able to level up using a skill that was no longer as tiring as before. In the evening, Michio continued to investigate. This time, he turned into the red light district to watch the peaches. Everyone is beautiful. Michio has to remind herself to stay calm. No one is as beautiful as Roxanne. After walking for a while, he finally met the thief. Michio secretly followed him. As expected, he returned to the slums. Different from daytime, there are many rules at night. Michio overhears them mentioning that Hugo's name is the same name he killed last time. Something was amiss. Michio decided to keep an eye on it. He finally understood how the bandits worked. They split into different factions. It wouldn't be a problem if Michio took the heads of some of them. When he returned to the inn, he was invited to dinner by the waiter and was also given some information about the band of thieves. Michio's killing of the leader causes a power struggle to begin. Michio returned to his room, his desire to possess Roxanne rising again. He decided to go find the thief. Michio comes to negotiate with the guard, with the price of selling the bandit's scarf very cheap. This guy agreed immediately, but he didn't know anything about Hugo, so he asked his brother to talk to Michio. But the big brother didn't wake up, so he invited Michio into the trading room with the towel first. He was just about to pull out the towel when he pounced on him to rob him. In the band of thieves, the scarf is very valuable. Michio sneered, covering the candlelight with a towel. He teleported back and killed this guy. Then cut off his arm. Next, he broke into the room of the robbers and gently assassinated them one by one. However, things cannot go smoothly from start to finish. He was still detected by them. Feeling like that was enough, Michio opened the portal to the labyrinth and then checked the number of hands he had obtained. Returning to his room, Michio began to fear that he had changed it once before, for fear of being suspected. The next morning he looked for the last night to check his card for sale. Michio had enough money to rush to the merchant to buy Roxanne. Roxanne bowed her head and apologized to Michio for a time when she thought about Michio not coming back. She felt guilty thinking that way about her master. But Michio doesn't care. The important thing is that he now has Roxanne with the right to hand-delivered certification.